Alright, so we are back again, guys, for part number 5 or 6 of Sherlock Holmes. So, in the last part at the end, we saw that we doing arm wrestling with this Patrick Kane's guy, and we pretty much lost it. So, hopefully, this time we can win. If not, we'll skip it as we have to solve the case. So, let's start.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Alright. Damn it, yes!
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
Alright, so he's a harpooner, we know that.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I dunno. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
So acts like all right. Oh, we've done that.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
All right, so that's a nice trick Sherlock did. Put that pouch in his pocket. So he confronted that it's his pouch. So that's determined. Let's go where we're heading. What about this? What we can do about this? The piece of stock exchange certificate belonging to Canadian Pacific Railway. Ship's logs for. Where can I use this? Alright, so here is pattern canes. Let's go to Baker Street. Let's see. Kane has confirmed, so we can. There is two possibilities. This means he was at the scene of murder, thus proves his guilt. Or Kane has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of murder, but does not necessarily prove. This might be a right option to go with. So where does it leads? Let's see which other clues we can. This does not go with that. We still need to find the. I think the clue we need to find.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer? You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. This is where I keep my post.
And
My
research.
archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
So all right, so we need to figure out a use for this bond certificate. And one of the things I missed was this CPR. And if we go through here in the evidence,
These are the suspect's belongings.
and see, there we have a compare with certificate. That's the
I
use of
wonder
this.
if
I
these
was
are
wondering.
connected.
The CPR, there it is.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
So that was the missing puzzle. Let's see how it finds now. So missing papers, and yes, now it, where does it, here. So he was looking for papers. So this now changes the thing as Nelligan's motive. John Nelligan could have been caught stealing with the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Pete Carey. That's also true. Oh. So if I go with this, I change it. Red color highlights the logical conflicts between deductions. They can be resolved by switching to the alternate. So this was right. Alright, so his innocence, his innocence. If we choose this, alright, stolen valuables. Kane is guilty. So Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Keynes. Keynes is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. Now, the question is, was he? The profile, he is a correct match as he is a harpooner. He knows how to use it. Condemns Patrick Keynes is a cold-blooded murderer. He has been found guilty. Killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was in a self-defense against an armed, irrational drunken. Oh, a tough choice now. This might be a right choice. Oh, let's go with this. So what we have learned is that he was a drinker, so he might have come to Peter Carey. Need to have a dialogue about this. the next day.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with the ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes,
How?
the tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Alright, so that's the fate of Black Peter. So Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Keynes, a professional harpooner. And his tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin, but the murder was in self-defense against an armed and furious drunken sailor. So that's the decision I made. Keynes is guilty, but I am going to let him go. I can just replay the ending and check a different scenario. But I think going with the clues that we found, I guess we made the right choice. Hold to check your conclusion may spoil the game experience. Alright, so we won't do that. Let's accept our decision. Let's see what is ahead. The files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree with the choice you have made and you are ready to start a new chapter. So there is a ranking for the personality also. So we got a sympathizing ranking and case statistic. People solved the case same way 81%. People made the same moral choice 59%. All right.